At this point in time, I've done so many videos about Huel. And I've gotten this question more and more of people saying, hey Mark, I know you've lived off Huel for an entire month. I know you have reviewed a bunch of the Huel products, but in general, just in terms of the Huel line, the Huel company, and the Huel products, is it worth it? Is it worth it for me to purchase Huel?
Oh, hi, Mark.
And in this video, I'm gonna give you like an overarching Huel review, talking about the pros and the cons, right? Nothing's ever perfect, all about Huel. Starting from the basics, Huel is a meal replacement supplement. That means if, like, say, you're super busy and you don't have time to like make food for breakfast or for lunch, you just put powdered food in a blender bottle, you shake it up, that's it. So the convenience factor of Huel is amazing. And that for me is the biggest pro. That's why for me, I love Huel. If I'm traveling and I want something super healthy, boom, it's right there. If, let's say, I'm in a huge time crunch, I don't have time to make food, boom, Huel is right there. If I want something that's super healthy too, like let's say it's late at night, I'm driving, I see only McDonald's or Burger King or fast food, Huel is way healthier than those options. And in addition, Huel is super cost effective. It's only a few dollars for one serving of Huel, which is equal to a complete meal. So let's say, especially if I'm traveling and I'm flying and I go to the airport, and we all know, you know, an airport ham and cheese sandwich could be like 20 bucks. Well, I could have a random ham and cheese sandwich that probably isn't that good for 20 bucks, or Huel, which has everything that my body needs. I think those are the biggest reasons why so many people, myself included, love Huel. I guess they're now called Hueligans, or we're called Hueligans, where you love Huel. I don't know who came up with that term, but anyway, for all the Hueligans out there, that's why so many people love it. It's super convenient, it's incredibly good for you, it has everything your body needs, it also has a lot of macro and micronutrients that you might not get from other sources, and it is very nutritionally complete, and obviously just super easy, and that's the best part about it. One thing I think that's very important to mention as well is that there's different Huel products. You have Huel bars, you have the original Huel powder, you have Huel black, you have now Huel hot and savory. It's almost like this powdered curry that you then heat up in a microwave and whatnot. I'm gonna be honest, my favorite product out of those is Huel black. One is the powdered form, so I put it in water. That's all I do. The second thing about Huel Black, and I've already done like a full-on Huel Black review, is it has less carbs and more protein than the original Huel. So in my opinion, it's pretty much the same thing as Huel in terms of all the good parts about Huel, just with better nutritional qualities. So I absolutely love Huel Black. Now going into the cons. I always like to talk about the pros and cons. Nothing's ever perfect. And as you can imagine, I got an insane amount of questions when I lived off of only Huel for an entire month. I have that video listed below in the description if you want to check it out. It was a very interesting month, and surprisingly, it was pretty awesome doing it. Like, I think a lot of people asked me about, oh my God, what about the side effects? How'd you feel? It was an amazing month. I definitely will say though, of course, that there were a lot of things that I missed out on, right? I missed the oral fixation of actually chewing food. I missed the variety of food, as you can imagine. I missed, you know, the social aspect too, which is something I didn't really expect of, the socialness, in a sense, of everyone eating together and having that experience of trying new foods or going to a restaurant, that whole social aspect of food. When it comes to Huel, in terms of the negative side effects, one, although it's very nutritionally complete, I always suggest mixing up your food sources. I think that's super key. For a lot of people or Hueligans, like I said before, for a lot of Hueligans, they typically have Huel to replace one meal of the day. So a lot of people might use Huel in the morning, being like, look, I want to just get ready for work. I don't have to cook a meal and make breakfast and then clean and then go to work. I'll just put it in a blender bottle, shake it up, and then I can go to work. A lot of people as well use it for lunch. If, like, say you're going to go to work, you don't have a microwave, you don't have a refrigerator. I mean, most offices do, but let's say if you're at a job that you just don't have access to those things of a microwave or refrigerator, well, Huel doesn't need either of those. You just put it in like a simple container, bring that container to work, mix it up with water. That is pretty much all you need to do. However, if let's say you're one of those people, and I've had people reach out to me saying, can I have Huel Monday through Friday, 3 times a day, so I only have Huel during the week, and then other food on the weekends? Well, yeah, you could definitely do that, but do I think that's the healthiest thing to do? I'm gonna be honest, I don't think so. I think it's always important to mix up your food sources. Another thing about Huel in terms of the nutritional facts is it is a bit high in sodium. I have to mention that when it comes to the nutritional facts, and always make sure you do some research on what's in everything that you're eating. I always believe in knowing as much as I can about anything I put into my body. Huel does have a higher sodium amount than I would like. I have to be honest, when it comes to the nutritional facts, I love, honestly, especially like I said with Huel Black, what's in it, all the good parts and all the macro and micronutrients Huel Black has. The one big caveat, the biggest con for me though, is the sodium. I do wish that Huel had way less sodium than it currently does. But besides that, being honest, those are the only really two cons about Huel. And I want to stress, I'm always transparent in all of my videos. Those are really the only two cons I can really say, is that one, I don't think you should permanently live off Huel. I know I did it for a month as an experiment and it went fine, but could I do that for 5 years? I don't know how safe or healthy that would be. I always suggest make sure you mix up your food sources, and in addition, like I said as well, the sodium content in Huel a lot higher than I like. But besides that, Huel is the best meal replacement supplement, having everything your body needs, being super convenient, super costly, it's super cheap per meal, and incredibly easy to make.